Good morning, campers. It is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy 82nd birthday. I'm here at the trailhead just off the road, right? At Grafton Notch. They have these little, as you saw, little signs about the Appalachian Trail. Take a hike. This one's about Benton MacKaye, the guy who came up with the idea right there. That's Benton MacKaye. And a little bit of the trail, talking about the main portion. So I'm going to get going. Short day. I'm slack packing again today. So very light pack. Makes hiking easy. I am going about, I think it's 10.3 miles today. And what everyone keeps telling me is this is one of their favorite stretches in Maine. I'm going to be going over something called Bald Pate Mountain. Ooh, cobwebs. And everyone says when you get up there, it's just spectacular. The views, the environment up there, it's just very, very unique and beautiful. So I have to cross the road here, and then I will be on the AT. Still haven't seen any moose. Seen lots and lots of moose poop. I'll tell you that. There's a little AT sign there. Right there. A wooden AT with the blaze on it. And a little sign here with the hikers leading me to the trail. Beautiful day. Perfect day to do this hike. To go across Bald Pate. And I'll give you some views once I get up there. Well, not that you care, at the risk of oversharing, I just stopped at the Bald Pate lean-to use the privy because nature called and I needed to answer. I could not let that one go to voicemail. All right, it was 0.1 off the trail. I'm headed back to the trail. I'm already 2.3 in. It's a 10.3 mile day. I just looked at the map. So I got 8 miles to go. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to spend some time up on Bald Pate. And I'm going to have a snack and enjoy the view. And just relax. There's no wind. It's a clear day. Couldn't ask for better weather, really, to be up on a place with a good view. So I will share what I can with you when I get up there. So I just spent a good 45 minutes up here on top of East Bald Pate. And it's spectacular. Beautiful day, sunny, fluffy clouds. I'm heading back into the tree line, as you can see. It's breezy, windy. I took some cool time-lapse footage, playing around with some of the settings in my phone's camera. Haven't really done the time-lapse thing before, so you'll see that shortly. See how that came out. So I'm still in the alpine zone. As you can see, the trees are all shorter than 8 feet tall. It's like dwarf trees. Like this little guy here. It's like a little Christmas tree. Right? They don't grow more than about 8 foot. That's how you know you're in the alpine zone. Very fragile environment, fragile ecosystem. You have to stay on trail. You have to stay on the rocks. You don't want to step on the plant life because one step can just kill that entire little spot you stepped on. It's a harsh conditions. Things that grow up here they're hardy enough to be up here, but they're also very fragile. So it's like another world up here. You know, it's like a moonscape with a rock everywhere, rock behind me. I just left a really rocky area, so it's not real rocky in front of me here where I am now, but I was actually just below the summit. The summit's up here. There's a sign. I'll show you the sign here in just a moment. But it's a big open area. It's got some great views. Not quite 360 from where I just was. I would say a little over 180, maybe 240 degrees, I don't know, something like that. But here's a sign. See what it says here. I guess this is technically the summit. Here we are. Bald Pate, East Peak, 3,812 feet. I am heading to the Fry Notch Lean-To in 1.8 miles. And then I'm going to the B Hill Road, 6.3 miles. So I've really only hiked 4 miles so far out of my 10.3 miles. And it's already, whoops, my timer's going. I'm not sure what time it is actually. I set my timer so I knew when to stop shooting the time lapse video. But anyway, oh, there's a nice view this way with the lake. All right, well anyway, it's been great up here. I could spend all day up here. I'm worried about getting a sunburn though, because the sun's out. But yeah, this is a nice, different kind of environment than I've been hiking in for the last several days, last several weeks for that matter. So I'll sign off when I get to Little, or I'll check back in when I get to Little Bald Pate, and we'll see what that looks like. Well, I am about, less than 2 miles from the road crossing where I'm getting picked up. And it's a beautiful day, beautiful hike. A couple of small uphills, but nothing too challenging. I tell you, I'm loving this slack packing deal. I mean, you got to pay for it, but it really does make life a lot easier. You're not exhausted at the end of the day. Your feet aren't hurting as much, at least mine haven't been. It's a great alternative to taking a zero. I could still make progress. 10 miles a day. Tomorrow I might do a 13-mile slack pack. But I'm still making progress. I don't feel like I need to take a day off just to, recuperate after several days of hard hiking. When you're only carrying 10 pounds on your back or so, or not even maybe, it's a whole different experience. Much more enjoyable. I'm going to slack whenever it's a tough-looking section of trail between here and the 100-mile wilderness. So I expect to slack pack several more times. I still have over 200 miles to do in Maine, but I hate to just throw money at the problem, but I have the money set aside. Why not use it? Why not make my hike as pleasurable and as injury-free, or potentially injury-free, or at least reduce the chance of injury by not carrying 25 or 30 pounds on my back up and down hills and over rocks and stuff. It's like going for a walk with your dog. I mean, my pack's so light right now. I only have a half a liter of water with me, about a pound of water, and the other stuff in my backpack. So my backpack has got to weigh about maybe 7 or 8 pounds right now, I'm guessing. So it's great. I know not everyone can do it. It can get expensive, depending on where the trailhead is you're getting picked up and dropped off at. Can range from $10 to $50 to slack pack for one day. So you have to factor that in. But this is only my 3rd day of slack packing and 3.5 months of hiking. I didn't slack pack at all until I got to New Hampshire. I did once in New Hampshire, and now I've done twice in Maine. I'm going to do more in Maine. So if you can save your money, set aside a few $100s to selectively slack pack the tougher sections of trail, and you'll know what they are because all the hikers will be talking about them. Then by all means, I say do it. It'll make your life a lot more pleasurable. It'll reduce your chance of injury, as I said, and it just sort of greases the wheels a little bit. It's kind of like a little reward to yourself after doing all that hard hiking to get up here. You can finally say, okay, now I can kind of take my foot off the gas. I can coast a little while, I can go easy, I can enjoy it, enjoy the environment, enjoy the views, and not be just exhausted and sore and sweaty and so on. Even though I am sweaty, I'm kind of, well, actually it doesn't look too bad right now. My back is sweaty. I've been going downhill for a few miles, so I haven't worked up a sweat. Okay, anyway, those are just my thoughts. I'm rambling. Looks like a nice placid little waterfall until you see where it goes. And it goes over that edge somewhere. I don't know how far down, but I sure as hell don't want to slip and fall down there. Okay, this is super dangerous, but I want to give you a quick look over the edge here. You see the water there in the center of the screen, rushing? That's a sheer drop straight down. There's my foot. That looks to be about a 4 or 5 story drop. Ooh, that's scary.